Research is finding alarming trends in reproductive medicine.
Fertility rates are now at an all-time low. Here to talk more about this is our 9 News medical expert, Dr. Kohli. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning. This was a big surprise to us in the medical community.
It seems like so many people are talking about infertility these days. I have a lot of friends that are in this category as well. So talk a little bit more about this report and why it's so alarming.
Well, we saw a decline in the first year of the COVID pandemic, which is not unexpected, right, with everything that was going on. And then it fluctuated a little bit after that. But this is even lower than what we saw that year. And we've really seen kind of globally less and less fertility as time goes on. Now, what's interesting also is that we're seeing it shift within the female population. So fewer teenage moms out there, which is a good thing. Fewer 20-year-old moms, fewer 30-year-old moms as well, but an increase in the 40 and above in terms of the people that are getting pregnant.
Interesting. So what are some possible reasons for this lower fertility rate?
Well, if you think about fertility, Jordan, it encompasses the entire life cycle, right? All the way from conception to carrying the pregnancy to delivering and then even afterwards. So think about all the things that go into having a child. Now, some of it is choice, right? So some of us are saying, well, financially things are a little tighter right now.
Yeah.
Kids are expensive, so let's dial back on having children. Some of it is women in their 20s saying that we want to focus on our careers. We want to think about building our career, so they delay childbearing into their 30s and 40s, which then makes it a little bit harder to get pregnant, because we know that geriatric pregnancies are harder. Some of it is biological factors, though. We're thinking there might be an increased risk of exposure to toxins and pollutants that could actually be decreasing fertility, not just in women, but in men as well as time goes on.
So is that in terms of like miscarriages are more common now than they used to be?
Yep, we're seeing more miscarriages. We're seeing more trouble conceiving. So, for the same age, people are having a harder time getting pregnant. The role of contraception and birth control pills, because a lot of us take birth control pills or have depot injections to turn off our menstruation cycle, and then how it sort of restarts back up. We're seeing a lot more PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, because there's a lot more obesity out there with all the processed foods, and that can certainly impact fertility as well.
Has there been an impact on the Supreme Court revoking federal rights to abortion when it comes to these numbers?
Well, here's what's interesting. 2023 was the first year that we had a full year worth of data after that decision was made in the middle of 2022. And what we saw is the states that had revoked abortion had higher fertility than the states that hadn't. So access to reproductive rights contraception care seems to also be an issue in some of these trends.
I want to ask too, Corey educates me a lot in, this different field, but when it comes to, I love it. I learn a lot every day. I feel like when it comes to how women are delivering their babies, though, too, what about C-section? Because that used to usually only be done in emergency situations.
Right. Now
it seems like we're hearing a lot more people doing it.
It's much more trendy to do. In fact, a third of the deliveries we saw were by C-section, and the World Health Organization tells us it should be about 10 to 15%.
Whoa.
So we're seeing a lot more overutilization of C-section. Now, why might that be? Well, one, it's more of a controlled environment, right? So if mom is higher risk, mom is obese, mom has had complications, the delivery can be a lot more controlled. But some of it is convenience, right? A lot of women are scheduling their deliveries now. They're finding it a little easier to do a C-section than to actually have a vaginal delivery that's unexpected. So lots of very interesting trends in reproductive medicine. Part of it is culture and lifestyle, but part of it is how the pandemic and the economic circumstances have really changed what we're doing.
Makes you wonder how many real birthdays are out there, right? Because so many people are like, this day sounds, I want a July 4th baby.
Well, it's funny, you joke about that, but there are certain days that are more popular for women to schedule C-sections, holidays and, occasions and such. So a lot of women that are going to have scheduled C-sections, because let's say you had a first C-section, then it's safer for you to have a second C-section. You could kind of pick your child's birthday.
All the things.
Also, that did happen to me.
Did it?
Yeah, because I was the second C-section.
What day's your birthday?
Well, I was born on a Monday because my mom wanted me to have her on her birthday, but that was a weekend and it was too expensive. So we moved it to a Monday.
Saving money.
Dr. Kohli, thank you very much. By the way, you can find all of her stuff on 9news.com as well. All right, let's get